And I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on regular plural nouns. And before we start with our lesson on regular plural nouns, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 5, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of regular plural nouns. All right. So our chapter is regular plural nouns. Oopsie. Our subject that we are focusing on is English, which is language arts, grade 5. And the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of regular plural nouns it is to form plurals of nouns ending in F, FE, O, and Y. And then we're also going to form and use plural nouns ending in F, FE, O, and Y. And we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. All right. So when it comes to nouns, right? A noun, I'm going to break down the title of the chapter, right? So when it comes to nouns, a noun, it names a person, place, animal, or thing, right? So that is a noun. And when we talk about plural nouns, right? And then we're talking about, it naming more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? Because plural means two or more. But now, if we make mention specifically about regular plural nouns, right? Then when it comes to regular plural nouns, then it means that if we make mention of it being two or more nouns, right? And then we are going to use it within like it needs to be regular, meaning that we're going to be following a rule saying that, okay, maybe if we want to state that it is two or more, then we either add s or we add es to a specific word. All right. So we said regular plural nouns, right? And a noun, it names a person, animal, place, or thing. And we said plural nouns means that it is almost like referring to something that is more than, it's like two or more animals, people, places, or things. So now to form the plurals of most of our nouns, right, we add an is. So that is like our standard rule that to most of our plurals, we need to, or most of our nouns, we need to add, for example, an is. So we see that to form the plurals, right, of most of our nouns, it means that we just add an is. For example, right, we say one tree, but the plural form, meaning more than one tree, is trees. So which means that we just added an S to that word tree. That gives us the indication that this is now plural form. All right. So one tree, but the plural form, right, of tree to show that there's either two or more trees. And then we add an S to that specific word, and then it is trees. One tree, two or more trees. And if the noun ends in S, CH, SH, X, or Z, then we just add an ES to make it plural. So if the noun either ends in S, CH, SH, X, or Z, then we add ES to make it plural. For example, if we look at a word that ends with CH, then we can say it is church. And another word, like if we show the plural form, then it will be churches. So church, oopsie, and churches. Let me just delete this. So churches, and we add the es to show it is the plural form. Right? So that is an example. Let's think of a word ending in X, for example, box. So more than one is boxes. So church and churches, box and boxes. That is just an example. And then we have a bush. So one bush, two or more bushes. So here we have one bush, two or more bushes. One bush, two or more bushes. And now, if a noun ends in a consonant Y, then we need to drop the Y, add IES to make it plural. So if a noun ends in so we say that if a noun ends with the consonant Y, like for example, baby, and then we need to drop the Y, add the IS, and make it plural. And then also, if a noun ends in either if or if e, and then the if sound changes to v when it's plural, and then we need to drop the if or if e and add ves to make it plural. So we see that if a noun ends either in if or if e, but it sounds like a v. When it's plural, then drop the if or if e and add ves to make it plural. And here we have an example of hools or one hoof. All right. So if also the noun that ends in if or if e, So it says if a noun ends in f or fe and the plural form keeps the f sounds, just add s to make it plural. And then we make, for example, a smoothie. So we said that to form regular plural nouns, we just add an is to most of it. And that is basically regular, meaning everybody does the same. All right, so we are here now by shifts. And if the noun ends in an O, then usually we just make it plural. All right. So now if you look at all of these words that I just mentioned, right? Words that ends with S or E, words that ends with a bunny, without straps, right? Tomatoes, we add ES. So basics are to add an S or ES to show the plural form. All right. And once again, we're going to form plurals and now of nouns that is either that's ending in these words in front of us. All right. So we said to form a plural, right? Especially a regular plural, we sometimes just add an S, but in this case, it is a bit different. Here you go. So we are doing a tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. Right? And we said, remember, we broke down what regular plural nouns are, and we said noun, it names a person, animal, place, or thing. Plural noun means that there is basically just one or more of that specific items. All right. So we're going into the first one, right? Here it says, type the missing word. Safe plus S. Safe plus S. So basically, if we look at this word, then it's safe plus S is safes. So safe plus S is safes. So we said safe. So safes is safe plus S. Safes. So we need to change the word university to a plural form of the verb. So university, right? We have university plus we need to, for example, use it in the plural form, and then we just say universities. So the first word is basically singular university, and the second word is all right. So now we're going to our test, right? We said that in most of our plural nouns, we just add an S to show that there's more than one. All right. So we wrote universities, and tray plus S is trays. One tray, more than one tray is trays. Now we're going to our test, right? University, right? University minus the Y plus IES, meaning that they're saying that we need to type this word where if the word maybe ends in Y, then it means that we drop the Y and we add IES. So university, we drop the Y and we add the IEST. Is it the option 1 or option 2? Universities. And if we choose the missing word, we will go with the first option, which is universities. And universities is correct. If we type in the missing word, it is golf plus VES, right? And then it means that with golf, we are going to take away the if and we're going to add the VES because that is calves. So it's calves with a VES. Oopsie. There we go. So calves with a VES. Safes. And safes. A safe plus S. Is it saves? Option 1 or safes? So saves or safes? And if we type the missing word, we'll say safes with a F. So safe plus is safes. And then we need to type the missing word trays. Tray plus is. So tray plus is. And tray plus is. So we're going to type the missing word tray plus is. And tray plus is trays. All right. So we changed quite a few things and we said that if you, for example, form a plural of most of the nouns, then we either add is or es. But in some of the words, right, when you put in there for more than one thing, let's say two or more things, and then sometimes we must either drop another letter, then add another letter like IEST if the word ends in Y, right? Then we add IES. If the word sounds, if the F sounds like a V when you say it, then we remove that F for wolf and then we just put VES in the over there just to show that you have changed and it also shows the plural form. And remember we said that we either add an S, ES, IES, or a VES, right? It's either we're going to say if more than one tree, we have trees. If there's more than one bush, we have bushes. More than one baby, we say we can have our own babies, right? So these are words, or let's say plural nouns, right? Which refers to anything that is two or more. All right. So now let's go to our test, right? We're going to see, we are going to form and use plural nouns ending in FE, if, O, and Y. In the summer, it seems that restaurants with outdoor seatings. In the summer, it seems that restaurants with outdoor seatings on patios are the most comfortable. So we said that in summer, it seems that restaurants with outdoor seating on the patio are most popular. So if we want to make mention of more than one patio, then what are we going to say? All right, so we go on patios. Patios are the most popular. Oopsie, didn't I choose patios? And patios is correct. At Crater Lake National Park, visitors can board trolley and for 2 hours of the lake. So trolleys, right? We said we need to have or show that there's more than one trolley. So at Crater Lake National Park, visitors can board trolleys for 2 hours of the lake. So trolleys, is it just with an S, double S, or SES? All right, so if we write down the correct one, we will say it's the first option, crawlies, with an X and an dash or S. So trolleys. And then it says, complete the sentence with the correct plural. Tight calf can lead to pain or injuries. So stretching before a run or workout is recommended. So to complete the sentence with the correct plural, tight calf can lead to pain or injury. So go stretch before a run or workout is recommended. So do we say calves with an S, calces with an SES? So then we need to, for example, show calves more than one. So to complete the sentence with the correct plural, we can say tight calves with an S. Oh, calves. I didn't even see that one there at the bottom. Calves. So tight calves with a VES. Sorry, I did not see that one. And we must are adding the VES, right? That is how it's changing. In 2003, teachers' weekly salary averaged about 14% less than those of other workers with small educational levels. So, salary. So, teachers' weekly salaries, do we say it's the first option, second option, or the third option? And if we choose salaries, then it's like we are dropping the Y and we add IES. All right. And the last one says in 2003, teachers' weekly salaries. So we said it is salaries with an IES, right? So we drop the Y first. All right, so this is regular plural nouns, and we said with regular plural nouns, right? It is where we are either adding an S or ES to make the to change, let's say, the specific noun into a plural form of the noun, right? All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on regular plural nouns. Thank you very much, grade 5, for joining the class on regular plural nouns, and you should have a good day further. Goodbye.